Alright, so welcome back after the break. We're taking a little bit of time to break and to refresh ourselves, and we're back in part 2. So, basically you got dragged to the cave, Waxley, after the so-called storm is still raining outside. All of you are kind of exhausted, honestly. But it is kind of getting a little bit to be kind of more of a night. So it's like, what are you going to do right now? Kind of like, the rain seems that it's going to continue pouring off.
I am propping myself against a wall, and I am getting as much rest as I can get.
So, AK looks at you, freeze like, so, what are we going to do right now? Or are we going to take a rest? He asked.
I'm taking a rest because I can't feel my feet.
I guess we have to. We don't want to go with a dead weight.
So, okay.
Says Grognik while he opens another ale.
I'm just reading a little bit of the exhaustion that I gave you. Okay. So, are you all going to take a rest? A long rest? Are you going to all take a long rest and also take camp? Or are you going to take your time kind of a little bit and then just continue on? Because the cave itself, you don't know how deep it's going in, but are you going to try to discover in, or are you going to wait a little bit and take your time to kind of like, take your exhaustion off, because it's been a long day, even though we haven't shown it on screen, but you know what I mean.
I'll look around, see if this cave is actually safe.
Roll a perception check with disadvantage, because you're exhausted. That 7 is nice. You don't see anything. You don't see anything. Like, you see it, like, this looks fine. This looks fine. You don't really see anywhere way to it. You walk few meters and it's like, yeah, it looks fine. And then you go back. Nothing too crazy for you.
Okay.
So are you going to all of you set camp or not? Just going to ask.
It's going to be a short rest, if anything, when I'm going to spend the night here. I think it's going to be like a few hours at best.
Few hours, that's going to be... I'm going to consider this as a long rest. Okay.
Okay.
So, in terms of long rest, everybody's exhaustion is going off by 1 level. That means that Wexley's exhaustion is still at level 1. He's still exhausted, so he's going to have disadvantage on ability checks, pretty much. I didn't do this in the previous part for anybody who just decided to comment that, because specifically for narration points, I decided to not give disadvantage yet. But for this particular point onwards, when exhaustion happens, so Waxley will have disadvantage on ability checks. If I believe that's correctly, yeah, ability checks only. So you'll have disadvantage on that until you'll get another rest, or the exhaustion will pass off. So just going to say that.
Alrighty.
So you're taking your time, you're taking watches. Nothing will really happen in those few particular hours. How much time you decide to rest?
I mean, I know you need at least like 8 hours to get rid of one of those exhaustion levels, right?
No, you're an elf, you need 4, and technically, yeah, you could say everybody wants an 8. But then again, if you're an elf and you need Wait, how much hour do you need just to rest?
The sheet technically says that I can trance for 4 hours, and that counts as like a long rest for me. I didn't know if that would count as like cheesing the system if I just said I get to have 2 long rests because I
that's
only
why I'm
sleep
kind of
for 4.
like, I'm not sure if that will be accepted because like that's kind of sounds a little bit of cheating the system, honestly.
No, I agree. I think I can handle like watch better because I can just take the first 4 hours, trance, and then be fine to do lookout. But other than that, I think I only get 1 point recovered.
That's fine. So you can roll a perception check if you're going to guard for the additional 4 hours. Let's see. Of course, with disadvantage, but let's see if you see anything that Gorgnak haven't seen.
I would actually like to try something a little spicy here.
Okay.
I'm going to send my senses over to my familiar so I can look through Chester.
Okay, so I wonder how that will work in terms of exhaustion. I think you're getting the owl senses because he's specifically not exhausted and you're seeing it from his eyes. So what are you going to do with that? So technically, does he have advantage or something, just to let me know, or he has some certain pluses?
Yeah, as an owl, he has keen sight, so he has advantage on... Oh, let me read it off so I'm not, like, saying it incorrectly.
I believe it's on sight and vision. Sight and hearing, sorry.
Yeah, okay, and it's +3, so I'm going to roll a d20 twice real quick.
And it's going to be with advantage. So just roll and then add the 3 later. Also, why did you roll mending for some reason? It was a mistake by rolling.
I think it was a mistake.
Okay, fine. So it's a 13. 13, you're seeing a little bit better. He sees that there's nothing way too much in the continuation of the cave. Like, it looks like it's going to curve a little bit forward, but it's like nothing like dangerous or something like that. It's just like bothering you.
Alright, well, I'm glad that everything's safe, as far as I know.
Cool. So you all finish your rest. You wake up in the morning, or what do you think is the morning, because apparently it's still raining outside. Like crazy.
Huh.
So, what are we going to do right now? AK asks, are we going to brave the rain or not?
Do we have a different choice?
I mean, we can always try to cut through the caves.
Head to cut through the caves. Let's cut through the caves.
Yes, I would defer to AK's judgment on this one, but I feel like trying to mountain climb while it's also raining is going to impair us even more than it already was.
Fair.
I mean, this is your decision. This is your, he says, like, this is your, thing, he says. I'm just guiding you. The question is, what do you think?
Oh, yes, and I was just making sure that we were getting your information since you're the expert on mountain climbing, if you think it's safer.
I don't think climbing in the rain is a good idea. I think we're just going to get exhausted again, and we might even going to get washed down to the bottom and maybe even die, which is not fun, I think. I mean, I'm not sure how crazy this rain is, but it looks like it's not going to stop for a while. And while we do have time to spare, I'm not sure if it's going to be, like, done in a few hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, let's go ahead and, explore the depths, as it were.
Just give me a second, he says. As, like, he pull up kind of like a little map out of his, backpack, and it's like, okay, so I believe we're relatively here, as he points specifically on the place that he thinks that your cave is on the map of the mountain. And I think, I wasn't here before, but I heard you can cut through here a little bit to the other side. Which will land us on a more calmer side of the mountain. So specifically, if we're like kind of like here, right, it's going to land us kind of like here-ish, and then we can climb down. So, are we going to take and brave in the caves, he says, with a smile?
Yes, Bobby lead the way.
Does my wanderer ability help in any sense, or is that really?
Yes, roll perception with advantage.
Yeah.
$19. You're able, with your perception, to be able to kind of like avert falling into pitfalls that you and your friends normally would have fallen if you haven't seen anything. And you kind of like making your way through the cave, starting a little bit, like you're making the cavern that Wexley saw before, and kind of like going through the little bit of a pit things that you missed for a few minutes until you just reach up a wall with no way to go to. It looks like it was caved in, pretty much.
That doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. But...
I don't think we should try and move those rocks.
No, but
It
I
might
have another
become
idea.
pressure.
You see AK taking one of the rocks, not these rocks, but taking a small rock and throw it in one of the pitfalls and just putting his ear to it. And it's taking 2 seconds until it just falls down and you hear the fall. That falls down. That's not bad, he says. And it's more of a slide. So, are we going to wait for the rain, or do you want to take a little bit of a detour? Because this, he pressed on the thing, is like, probably the cave have collapsed. I don't know why, but it wasn't like this before. Or at least in the maps.
Well,
Okay.
exploring uncharted territory is what adventuring is all about.
So who want to go first?
I turn to Wendell. Will you be okay?
You're talking to the duck, right?
Yes.
He just quacks in agreement and he just like jumps himself in first.
That's the bravest duck I know.
No, Wendell, please don't go.
And I jump right behind him.
Last to reach the bottom is hot potato, AK says, and jumps after him.
I am going to cast mage armor on myself, and then I will follow.
Very well. Press on mage armor for me.
Roger that.
Also, I transfer you to the page without even noticing. But it's good for me, because I was in the full mage page. Okay, so it's just giving you 3 additional AC, for the most part. Okay. So, here we are in the so-called cave. Let us reveal a little bit. And give me reveal areas, please. Give me the ability to reveal areas, please. Thank you. So, you find yourself in the middle of a room. It's a round room, pretty much. It looks like a round room from the back things that you can see. It's very, very dark in here because you don't have torches or anything lit up, but any of you going to
I
light
have
a
dark
torch,
vision.
that's fine. You have dark vision, true, but other people's don't. So just give me a second. I think I revealed something I shouldn't have revealed yet. You need to go into it. But some of you don't have dark vision. So basically, you light a torch for those who need to. Because otherwise, well, your humans cannot see.
I cast light on a candle.
Light does require you to use a cantrip or a full spell. Light. Okay, so it's a cantrip. So you cast it on a candle, and it starts lighting everything around you. This is what you see, essentially. So this...
I can't believe I have to do this.
This looks like a kind of like 3 tombstones, kind of etching together, and you don't really see the etching of the entire room, so to speak. You have the ability to go around, and I will just reveal stuff, but it's pretty much a round room. So you can go around if you want to. So, where are you going to go to? Hello? Anybody's here?
Okay, so I will go over...
Sometimes the silence just kills me.
Here.
Oh, you're going to try to... So move yourself there.
I can't actually move my character. I don't know if that...
That's weird. Just give me a second. I think I know the reason why. It's because I didn't give you control for it. So, yeah, I should just did that. I think it's because I specifically just didn't take it from the token page, so that's why I did that. Should be movable right now to you. Just try right now. Can you move it right now?
Yes, I've moved it.
Okay, good. So I forgot to do that. Technical difficulties that are solved. So you are going to, the two of you are going to go into the so-called tombs, so to speak.
Yes, and I would like to investigate them.
Okay, roll. Double 6. That's a rock. That's 3 rocks on top of each other. That's what you see. 3 rocks.
Well, I'm going to give my crack at it.
Okay. That's a very solid rock. That's a very solid rock. That's what you see in front of you. Tombstones are very solid rocks.
Cool rocks.
Alright, who wants to see me disadvantage roll on this investigation check?
I mean, you can try.
I guess everybody.
Investigation. Where are you? There you go.
That's better than both of them. So for you, it's a solid rock, but it's not just any solid rock. It's a tomb rock. It's more advanced. It has curving on it. It's not just any solid rock. It's a rock of memorial.
Could I use a knowledge religion to try and, like, identify what kind of burial rites were used for this, or where this might have come from?
You kind of finding a little bit of elvish in one of these, but it's very scrambled in one of these tombs.
Can I use my stone cutting trait, which helps me to...
Actually, like, stone canning, like, specifically we're supposed to get an advantage, but because it was 6s, it's like, that's a rock. Yeah.
But when it comes to stone cutting...
You make a history check?
Yeah, I'll do a history check.
Okay. You are considered proficient, you add your double proficiency bonus to the check instead of your normal proficiency bonus. Okay, so it just means that what you roll is +2.
Or in this case, +1 additional.
No, because proficiency is something else. Proficiency is a proficiency bonus is always +2 at the start. So for you, it's going to be +2. Oh boy, so it's a 7.
Rock.
That's a very old rock. What am I going to do with you all today? This is a very old rock.
Interesting.
This is the rock.
Oh my god, a giant rock.
Yes, pretty much. AK is kind of like moving around.
Wexley's
going to
start ritual casting Detect Magic, because this seems weird. I want to see if there's anything going on here.
Okay. How much? Pop that for me, because I want to see the range of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Navigating that character sheet. Da 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 da. Boom.
Okay, so it's concentration 30 feet of you. So let's see. Just want to make sure. So it's up to here from this side, up to here from this side, up to here from this side, and up to here from this side. Okay. So this thing is magical. It's connected to something. After the 10 minutes has passed, and you kind of like look at the rock, kind of very, very impressed on it, and pretty much AK kind of like did an entire rotation around and kind of came back to you guys. You discover there is a connection for this particular rock, kind of a magical thing. Kind of like you discover there's kind of like a magical barrier with it.
Do we know what school of magic it is?
I'm trying to think what's a good school for magic for this is. I think it's Abjuration. I think it's the most fitting for this one. Because it's defending something, so it's Abjuration.
Rognak takes his warhammer. Okay, so if we don't know what it is, I'll just have to smash it.
I would. We have like one more minute before you start breaking this thing open like a piñata.
So, are you
What's
going
a piñata?
to... Yeah, what's a piñata? What's a piñata, Wexley?
It's an old elvish thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Are you going to essentially try to hit it, or are you going to wait on it?
Well, they told me to wait for a minute, so I'll wait that minute.
Okay, so... What are you trying to find?
Okay, Wexley,
Now that I've identified something about the magic, I'd like to try and use Knowledge Arcana to see if I can like identify this further.
Okay, roll. With disadvantage. It's something in this room. That's pretty much what you can get out of this. It's linked to something in this room that you haven't checked yet. But you cannot really discern anything because it's really, really hard for you and you're very tired still. So, you're going to check one of the walls. Okay, let me reveal that for you.
Yeah.
Because you're checking one of the walls. Let's see if you can... No, that's the other one, sorry. No, it's still hide. It's not reveal, sorry about that. There we go. You're finding these two symbols on this wall. Can you let me reveal a little bit more, please? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyway, this is what you find on the wall. For this wall, specifically.
And are those written on the walls, or am I seeing that as some kind of magical projection?
There were rigs on the walls, but you specifically see them as like a little bit more colored rather than just being plain color, because you specifically look at it in kind of like eyes of magic. I want to determine that in terms of like coolness. So you're looking kind of like an eyes of magic, so looking a little more magical, and like you feel the energy inside of these things. It's not something very strong, but it is part of an energy in here.
What kind of knowledge roll would be most appropriate to try to identify what these markings are all about?
I think Arcana. For you, at the very least. That's pretty good.
I'll take it.
They present words of something in a different language you don't know. They present words of elements. You don't really understand the language, but you know that these are not the only two. Like, it's pretty much present like letters in some language, mostly element kind of related. So you kind of like determines that like one of this is wind. This one, I believe I kind of said this is fire. Yeah, I think this is fire. I just don't remember this. This is fire, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's fire.
Yeah, I think you got what this is all about. Don't spoil it for anybody's fun. But yeah, this is fire, and you're pretty much guessing that there's wind and fire. There's going to be two other things, at the very least, in this room.
Hey, Grognak, how much time do we have left before you start going hammer happy?
Do I seem like to have a watch?
Do you know what that is? You hear AK just yelling from you, like, do you even know what a watch is?
Good question. Do I?
Yes, that's the entire point. He's not like, I'm not trying to do that, he's just asking you because he specifically don't know. He's like, do you know what the watch is? But specifically, you're going to attack the tombstones, or you're going to wait?
I'll think I'll wait.
Okay, so what are you guys going to do?
By going into a hut.
Grognak, could you check the other end of this cave? We're finding some symbols over here. I want to see if it's the same over on the opposite end.
Okay.
Give me a second. Not choosing you.
Reveal it to me, God.
Yes, it's pretty much choose you. So, yeah. This is earth, and this is water. I'm just going to say it out loud. This is earth and this is water, because specifically you see those and you kind of like determine that this is water, this is earth, from like what Wexley told you. So you kind of like determine that like it's probably going to be the other way around for the other side. So we're going to just cut this a little bit because there's really no need to roll on everything for this, because you technically roll for it and kind of like discover what this is all about. So again, wind, fire, earth, water. Water. Stop choosing that. Water. Huh.
Yes. They are.
I didn't mean this, but apparently in some way it looks like the Avatar circle. Huh. Water, earth, fire, air. Huh. Okay.
I'm going back to the tomb. I guess this is hard then.
Well, I'm not sure if there's not more symbols, AK say, as he's pointing into his wall. Just let me reveal the area. And he finds another symbol right down here. He's just pointing. If this is the elements, then what is this? He points to this one. He just points to this. What is this one?
Fail.
We'll just zoom out a little bit so people can see this one there. The recording goes. Anyway, you have here the 4 elements and then an unrecognizable symbol for the time being. You don't know what that is.
Okay, so if those are here and that's here...
You're going to check out the last end?
Let's go over the...
Just give me a second. And you have this. I couldn't find a better picture for this, so it looks a little bit of like offy. It was supposed to be in the middle, but apparently I didn't find a picture for this that is correct for some reason. So you find 6 symbols on the wall.
Man, if my high school was good at teaching me, I would know these Chinese characters because I took 2 Chinese classes.
Okay, so which one was air?
Air was this one. The one that I'm pinging in light blue.
I blow at it.
With what?
With the air from my lungs.
Nothing happens.
Damn it. It's not the 5th element.
No. No, it isn't. Stop going around. Okay, this is the best I can do to show the entire room. Okay, so
I'm glad you tried that because I was about to Ray of Frost that water one. So thanks for the test.
It's a pleasure.
I guess the question now is, what is the significance of all of these being centered on a tomb?
That's a good question. Maybe they were supposed to defend something that we weren't supposed to go find? Let's see if AK can understand what the last 2 symbols are. No, he can't. He don't understand at all what they are. He looks at them and he just looks very blindly stupid. Even it's like looking at them like in a stupid look and just don't understand at all. They're probably supposed to protect this place or something from people or to release something. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, let's go against them. Grognak, smash the stone in the middle.
Finally,
I mean, I hate to take the. I hate to take that route, but we're kind of trapped down here, and we don't have any other answers. So, let's begin some scholarly exploration of these tombs.
Okay, so roll for me a d20 to hit the tomb first, and then roll to me a d6. Grognak.
I'm hitting him with my warhammer.
Yes.
So that's clear. Okay, so d6.
Okay. So roll for me a d6. You hit the rock. I don't know why I asked you for doing that, but a d6 now.
There was a rock.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you're taking, you kind of hit the rock, and then a gust of wind just kind of like blows you on the nearest wall, and you're taking 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you fly into the nearest wall.
That's new.
Ognak! Are you okay?
Could have been better.
Looks like they took the wind out of you.
Ha ha, because this one is wind, says
Jumpstart
AKS is like he's just standing to the wind symbol. Wait. Like, AK looks at the wind symbol and is like, huh. That doesn't seem that it did anything. It just stays the same. Maybe you do need to heat those, he says, as he going into the fire one. He asks, like, do you have fire?
I mean, I have a spell for producing fire, but I don't...
Maybe try it.
Do we have any way to... Do we have a way of generating it, like, otherwise? Because, you know, I wouldn't want to be caught low on spell slots deep in a cave.
I think Gortnek has something. But I'm not sure. You also have torches.
Yes, please, the torch. Let's try that.
So you're going to try to go to the torch?
Yes.
Okay. So you light the torch and you're going into the thing, this fire symbol, right?
Yeah, let me go ahead and get moved over there real quick. Select, there we go. And I believe that was this one.
Right, so what happens is you kind of like put it around. I'm just going to count this as a light in red. The symbol is lighting in red, and you kind of, have a symbol around it. It's just lighting up in the color that it's supposed to be.
Okay, so we do need to...
That's the Chinese character for water. I think that's like one of the few things I learned from high school.
Really? Then we'll put it the other way around. Let me check that, because if I mistook this, then it's just going to put the other way around. I think maybe he's right, so just give me a second.
Pretty sure the upper left one is fire.
Yeah, I think he's correct. So let's move it the other way around, because I think I just disremember this. Just give me the ability to choose this. Thank you.
What's used by Chinese is actually had.
I think he's correct. Also, I think you haven't figured out where did I brought this from yet. So just give me a second. I think he's correct, and I just been a little bit of a moron. Yeah, he's correct. I was a little bit of a moron on that side. So the other side is water. Just to be a little bit clear, because I kind of... Oh, oops. Oh, but it still works in terms of the water, earth, fire, wind. That's fine. The avatar stuff, it still works. Anyway, this is fire, and it lights up in red, which also kind of like... light a little bit on the tomb in red, which I'm not going to say anything about, but it's kind of like giving a little bit of a glow of red, pretty much. Small glow of red. Kind of like hitting up for something.
Okay, so we do need to use the elements to activate these sigils.
Yes, the question is, how are you going to do that for Earth? Kind of ask you, AK. It's like, water is easy, but what can we do for Earth?
I start picking up rocks.
Are you going to throw a rock, or are you going to just hammer your axe in it? You're going to take a big rock.
I agree. Rub as many rocks on that thing as possible. That's our best bet.
I'm just going to spit on the water.
That specifically doesn't work.
Bobby, wait. I'll do that next time. You go forward that.
That specifically doesn't work. But as for the rock thing, as you throw a rock on it, it does light in... I don't know why I decided this color. I think I need to do a black color, because I don't think you got the reference yet for what thing it is. Yeah, so it's lighting up in... kind of darking up in black. I don't know why I forgot the word for a second. And it's specifically just making the entire thing of the rocks starting to crumble. They're not falling down, but it does feel like they're starting to fall down a little bit. Next, what are you going to do next?
I'm going to Bobby and his water symbol.
Okay.
And I cast Create or Destroy Water.
Is it a spell slot of level 1? I'm just going to ask. Because if so, you could save that because, Wexley have Ray of Frost, which doesn't require a slot.
Wexley, could you please chill that symbol up for me?
Yeah, that sounds cool, and then I cast Ray of Frost.
Of course you will say that. Hold up, I need the correct color. There it is. Okay, it's a little bit darker than
I have 5 minutes.
Now, what are you going to do for the window?
Grognak, I think we had a good idea. Let's all team up and just start just trying to get the symbol lit up. And Wux is going to start blowing on the symbol just like Grognak was earlier and just ask everyone else to join him.
I think I have a better idea. You hear AK says,
I don't have a fan.
No, just move, he says. Just move.
Okay.
He asks you to move from your spots. You see him pull up something very, very small-like. It's kind of covered. It's kind of like a metal thing. It looks like a small crossbow, but not exactly a crossbow. It looks a little bit more metallic and full. And it's like kind of like have a what do you call it? Like a hole inside of it for a little bit small projectile. He just aiming at it and he just shooting at this, pretty much. It's like he's saying, like, pretty much using the force of the wind, he just says before he shoots. And he hits. And he's specifically just making this turn out green. Pretty much.
Yes, the 4 prime elements. Fire, earth, water, and blow dart.
Yes.
Ingenious.
So watch out for the Fire Nation attacking.
Yes, he said it's just like he's kind of like swinging around the metal thing that he's holding and just putting it back in his pocket. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm meaning by this, but your characters don't know what a gun is.
Oh, okay. I just thought it was literally a blow dart thing. But no, we pulled out a Glock.
Kind of a small, kind of an advanced gun. You know, the one-shot guns, like a little bit like of a long one. Do you know the Fate series? Like, you know, did you see the Fate series? Right?
I know of it.
Pretty
Did
much
you
a
see
flintlock.
Kiritsugu's gun for the origin bullet? That one, kind of like in that design. If you know what I mean. So it's like the one-shot thing. It's like it's kind of a one-shot. It's in terms of like, you know, it's not exactly that. It's just trying to explain to you how that works. It's like a one-shot
Kind
gun.
of like the old time.
Yes, pretty much. That's the point. It's not advanced because we're not in advanced state, but you kind of have the ability to just shoot one projectile at a time. He does need to reload though, but yeah. So he says, so what are we going to do about the other two? Pretty much. He asks.
Well, have our characters found out that those represent light and dark, or is that out of character knowledge?
You haven't. But good on you for
sadly,
that.
my magic not taught me.
But good on you for that, finally figuring it out that I kind of did pull a Yu-Gi-Oh on you. I pull on you the 6 main elements for Yu-Gi-Oh! Or attributes.
Where's the laughing at?
The divine symbol is under those tombs. I'm gonna go crazy.
Nobody said that, but maybe. But seriously,
I'm saying it, me.
So basically, what are you going to do for light and dark? Because your characters technically don't know that. I mean, sure, let's say your character just did it out of, like, thinking. It works. Okay, but the other side, like, how are you going to handle up dark? That's going to be very hard.
Okay, I have an idea.
It'd be very dark if we murder Wendell.
You're going to murder my
You're right,
duck.
that would be... What? Why?
Nobody is touching the duck.
You're going to kill my duck?
Okay, so let's assume, because it seems how it's been with the rest of the symbols, that these last two are opposite of one another.
I mean, technically...
So what if we step...
Technically, technically Gorgnak already just by accident light it up.
Hey,
Yeah,
look,
so so because you've accidentally stumbled upon the solution to that sigil, but all the other ones have been opposite of each other from across the room, I think we can infer that that one is darkness.
So how are we going to turn on darkness? That's kind of impossible. Unless we have a dark magic. Anybody have dark magic?
Well, can we turn off... We have other torches and stuff going on. Can we turn off all of our other lights except for the one activating the light sigil?
You could. You could do that. So you're going to turn off all of your lights.
I start covering that symbol. I start covering that symbol of my body.
You want to cover the symbol with your body. Okay. That's going to be harder than you think. But I'm not going to say which one did it, either turning off the thing or covering up with your body, but the symbol did turn into purple, giving you the ability to kind of just, move on, pretty much. As the thing finally crumbled. And this is what you see before you. As two skeletons kind of climb out from the sides, and you see kind of like what something looks like a treasure, kind of, and a hole in the ground, which should be a ladder there, but I don't really have the ability to put a ladder on it. This is what you see right now. So that's the skeletons. I just want to move them around to kind of like emphasize what they are. But technically they're sitting right here.
Good. I was kind of thinking that they're going to attack us.
Well, they're skeletons, so you're not sure yet. So what are you going to do right now? In the room.
Just to confirm from all that, are the skeletons moving, or have they just been spit on the ground?
Oh, they're just in their so-called coffin of sorts still. They're just there. Then you have treasure on the other side, and the other side is, well, or should I say the middle is kind of like climbing down.
I see Wexley has the same idea as Grognak.
Are you going to...
We solved the puzzle, so I think we deserve it, and it should be recovered by someone so it can be studied later, as I'm already sifting through the stuff.
Kind of like AK looks at you, are you sure you want to do that? I mean, that's up to you.
It's not helping anyone down here, is it?
What?
I mean, it's not helping anyone down here, is it?
You should do a Arcana check to see if it's like cursed or some crap.
Oh my god, the fighter telling you to do an Arcana check.
Fine.
He's a very smart person. They know what they're talking about. They're right. I will restart up my detect magic and see if there's anything wiggly wombly about this treasure.
Are we going to spend another 10 minutes?
Look, I was saying we should just get the treasure, but everyone else was like, we should check it. And it's like, hey, I agree. Let's just go ahead and spend the extra time so we don't end up picking up a ghost.
Ooh, skeletons. You see AK just going to the skeletons. He doesn't touch them, but he looks at the skeletons.
Okay, so while Wexley is detecting magic and AK is looking at skeletons, I take a rock and flip it into where the ladder is. See how far it goes.
This is after how much time you hear it. Pretty much like 10 seconds. It's very long. So we're going down to go up, pretty much.
Okay. How sturdy does this ladder look?
Roll a perception check. You can tell. For you, it looks like it's going to break apart, or looks like it's going to be fine, no matter what.
Well, I'll do a check.
You're going to do a check as well? Okay, for you, it looks very sturdy. It looks fine. It looks fine. It doesn't look like in perfect condition, but it was preserved good enough.
At this point, Grognak is scared of going with this ladder.
Okay, so few minutes have passed, and Wexley, yes, this treasure does have something magical in it. In fact, specifically, it has a creature below it, pretty much. It doesn't look like this treasure is 100% safe. Wexley?
So, Wexley...
I think there was an audio thing. Can you repeat that, please?
Oh, okay. So, I think everybody else heard, but you didn't. A few minutes have passed, and you discover that basically, under this treasure, if you're not sure if 100% it's even real, but under it there's a creature. Like, if you touch it, you provoke it, pretty much.
Ah, okay. This is somewhat trapped.
Told you. So what are you going to do about these skeletons? AK says as he, do we poke them? Or we'll just leave them be?
I mean, there's no reason to disturb the dead unless they're trying to disturb us. I don't see why we should do anything about them.
That's true. So are you going to take the treasure, or are you going to leave it be?
Well, I would certainly like to take the treasure with us, but I think we should get the first strike. Maybe Bobby or Grognak can start swinging wildly into the pile of treasure until we hit whatever it is that's down there.
Right.
I have I have a hammer. So,
Roll.
I have a hammer, so I think its hammer is better than the sword.
Well, Bobby missed anyway, but let's see what Grognak does. Natural 20.
Wow, I bet the hidden pile of treasure.
You hit the pile of treasure right in the middle.
Treasure?
You hit the pile of treasure right in the middle. And I want you to roll for me your full damage. And I need to roll something as well, depending on this.
So it's a 1d8 plus 2.
Yeah, and double the die. So you need to roll the 1d8 twice. Four.
10 damage.
5 damage. Where's the other one? I didn't see the other one.
So I rolled the die twice.
You rolled 2d8?
I only see one roll.
Yeah, same. I only see the 4 and I didn't see the plus thing that you did. Also, you can press on your weapon, by the way. And then press on it. On the name Warhammer, and it should roll the damage.
It rolls.
Only rolls hit when you click on a weapon.
I clicked on the name of the weapon. I clicked on the name of the Warhammer, and it's rolled to me the damage. You can click on the No, just click on the name under the 15 and 13, like the Warhammer down there. What is going on? Just click on the Warhammer below the numbers that you roll. Okay, so 8 and 4. So it's 12 damage. So that means... Okay, 95%. That means that this thing is dead. But not really a whole lot of treasure is left. You killed it, but it's pretty much was embedded with the treasure. So, what do you get out of it? Is... I would say, let me roll for this again. 52 gold, then 59 silver, and 60 copper, as well as rusted sword and rusted axe. That's what you got out of this. You didn't get something spectacular. But you did find a ring with this, which you don't sure what it does, if it's even magical. You find a ring.
My precious.
Yes, pretty much. So, this entire thing I'm just going to put on it the dead symbol, because technically it was something under it, but you killed it. So, yeah. So write it down, and yeah, that's pretty much what you got. What are you going to do right now with it?
I should still have Detect Magic going. Can I use that on the ring to see if that pulls anything up?
Give me a second to pull something down from my notes.
Should I just put it on and see if I turn invisible or some crap?
No, because you detected it. You could try, but no, there's no need, because Wexley specifically detected it a few seconds later, and you discover that this is a ring of basic ring of +1 armor class. That's pretty much what it is. It's strengthening your defense, very basically. It's a +1 armor class ring. So you can
give it to my choice.
What?
I give this ring to Bobby. Yeah, Bobby.
Yep. So you want to bring it and give it to basically your most heavy defender, pretty much.
Yes.
So write it down
Cute.
and we'll take care of this later. Alright, so what are we going to do right now?
Let's see. So, do we want to have Grognak hold on to the money for now and we can divvy this up once we're out of danger, or do we want to start splitting this now?
Do you really want to do this now?
What do you mean? I'm trying to understand what do you mean.
Because we had all that gold just now.
Right.
We had all this gold just now, so do we want to split that up now, or do we want to wait to split it up until we get out of this cave?
Up to you.
I think after would be good. Once we're out of everything. It's like, seriously, now? Can we just wait when we're out of the cave? Or maybe in a city?
That's literally why I'm asking. I didn't know what your preference was, but we'll wait till we leave. That's good. I agree.
Okay, so you taking your time, and what are you going to do next? You're going to take down the ladder?
We have a ladder.
Who's going to go down first?
I'll go down the ladder first.
Roll to me a dexterity save. Okay, you're trying to go down the ladder. As you move your hands right toward it, one of the skeletons pretty much catches your hands and kind of jumps with you backwards, pretty much. It jumps on you backwards, and it's kind of like jumps on you, as the other one kind of like facing Gorgnak and just going his way to you. And I think this is a good place to finish the session, as we're going to start combat next time.
No, Skellymans.
You're going to fight some Skellymans. So that's pretty much it for this week of the Unfit crew. Hope you all enjoyed, the players and the people who watch this. Yeah. You think I'm going to go easy on you? Don't make me laugh. You choose the hard route, my friends. This is hard for a reason. So, we're going to pick up next week, or should I say 2 weeks for us. For you, it's going to be next week, as the part 1 of chapter 4 will be up. And hoping you're enjoying the story so far. I will announce one thing at the end before we'll end this, that after I will finish episode 1, which is not saga, arc 1, I will do a recap a little bit with you guys or myself for people to catch up. It's still going to take a while, but it will be a thing for those who want to catch up in the future or just want to refresh themselves for things that happened. Other than that, see you all next time. Bye-bye. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.